Hey, what's up guys? Just want to do this quick video straight off the back of a session where I had somebody with what actually turned out to be extension intolerant lower back pain in somebody who was hypermobile, and this person was stretching and went through that explanation of basically saying that if you've already got all the movement you need, then I think the question needs to be asked as to why you're stretching. I think intuitively it's I got what's that message here. Intuitively, I think all of us kind of have, or to be more specific, maybe it's our sort of reaction to try and diminish, I think, that sensation of tension and tightness, just a quick fire way that we know how. But if you're stretching and if you're constantly tight, it doesn't feel like it's making any difference, and you already have a huge amount of range of motion, then you've got to ask yourself the question, the really, if not the most important question, is why are you getting tight? Because the body will take away your mobility or create tightness, especially in the case of somebody who's hypermobile, if it feels an area lacks control or lacks motor control. Now, the analogy that I use to explain this concept to patients, and with a specific example here. So this lady was, I don't know if you can see there, I don't know if I can tilt much further down. This lady was basically, when she went to extend her spine or squat, and was already stood basically in that kind of excessive lordosis, lumbar extension. And really here, if I'm like this, I'm already, I can feel this now, is that I'm just sitting on my static stabilizers. I'm sitting, that pressure's come away from my dynamic stabilizer, my core and musculature, and onto my facets basically. So just that will put a prolonged stress on those joints, and then eventually cause pain. But then if you go and do something dynamic from there, like extend, you're going from extension actually into hyperextension, rather than from going from neutral into extension. So the analogy that I use is, think of the stopping distance when you're driving around. So you want to leave a certain amount of, or hopefully you do, if you're not an arsehole, hopefully you want to leave a certain amount of stopping distance between you and the car in front of you, so that there's a little bit of room for error. You can slow down, you're not going to hit the person in front. Now, that's kind of analogous to if I'm starting neutral and I extend, I've still got room to breathe. But if you're riding up someone's butt on the road, and you're kind of nudging bumpers, if they stop, you're going to go straight into the back of them, and it's going to cause dramas. So the same thing's true here, in that if this is kind of me starting here is kind of the equivalent to being up someone's butt on the road, so that when I do this, I'm actually bashing into the car in front. So what I need to do is put my foot on the brake pedal, back, the metaphorical one, back away, give myself a little bit more room to breathe, so that when I do extend, it's from neutral into extension, not from extension into hyperextension. The same deal when you squat. So find that neutral, you should feel it anteriorly, feel that anterior core switched on at the start, and then throughout that movement, obviously get into retraining, all that stuff. I could go on forever, like I always do. Alright, catch you next time.